Welcome to Passionately Intrigued Arts. Hello, ladies and gents, kings and queens, boys and girls, family, friends, saints and ain'ts, newcomers, subscribers, all you good people. And this is Tracy. So what I want to do today, I've made these before, they're ice toppers. And the ice toppers that I'm making, I have another request for a lemon cherry ice topper. And they're not the type that fit inside, the tumblers that we make. These are just to go on top of the tumblers, to keep the elements out, keep the bugs out when you're out and about in the summertime, your little pool parties or backyard parties, wherever you're at. And so I have to make another one. And what I'm trying to come up with is a way to use less product. We use the ice cubes. I get my ice cubes from Amazon. You can get them from Michael's also, but you don't get a lot, and they're quite costly. And you use quite a few to make just one topper. So I'm trying to find a way to use less and use other type of products to fill in so that I'm not using so many ice cubes, and that I can make, I can stretch them and make more. So hold on, please, and we're going to go down, and I'm going to let you see what kind of ideas I'm coming up with. Okay, I use these acrylic discs that I got from Amazon. They're 4-inch acrylic discs. They're rather thin, but they work. And they have a little plastic coating on them. You make sure you take off, and then they need to be cleaned. So I just spray a little alcohol, clean it off first. Use my coffee filter so there's no lint. Get that cleaned up. Got my little silicone mat from the Dollar Tree. And so I have, the ice cubes. And this is pretty much how many I use on one. Now, I used more before, and I might not use this many. We shall see. What else I have are these. Those I got from Michael's, I believe. Either Michael's or Amazon. Then I have these little shape ones, and I got these from Michael's. Faceted, and they're acrylic. I have smaller ones, Acrylic Gems. What I've incorporated also to give it a little bling are these acrylic diamond-like gems that I picked up these packages from the Dollar Tree. I haven't been able to find any more. They had 4 packs. I bought them all. I have not seen them. We have $5 stores in my area. Can't find any more. What else? This is what I incorporate also. These are the gems, clear. They have them at the Dollar Tree as well. They come in clear. They come in red and blue. Use these to help out. So to get started, and not to take up so much room, because when you place, you have to build up. You place your first layer of ice cubes, and that's right there. That's 6 by itself, and you still have all these spaces. So actually, you could be using more. That's 7. You want to fill it up. That's 8. And set them up some. That might be too many, but that's your first base. I'm not trying to use that many because I still have to put another layer on top of this, and maybe one more layer. So what I'm doing, what I've tried out doing, is I bought these strawberries from Amazon some time ago, and I don't really like them. I waited too long. I can't send them back. So I want to use them for something, and they're not very nicely made. Anyway, I take this off, this little leaf, which is some type of material, and have I not been in the camera? I'm so sorry. I don't know if you saw that or not, but these little strawberries from Amazon, okay? I don't care for them. They're hollow, they're plastic. I mean, they're cute, they're okay, but I don't really care for them. So I take the leaf off, pull that off, and then I pull the stem out. Maybe. See if I can get this joker out. Wow. I didn't, so I'm going to cut that off. Let me grab my scissors. Okay, we're going to get this stem off. Shouldn't have been that difficult. But I want it as flat as I can get it. So, try and trim it flush. Then, what I do is put some UV resin right on this. Okay? Stick it right here in the middle. Using a little flashlight just to hold it in place. And actually, I've done this. Set it on top. That UV is going directly to that UV resin. The UV light is going directly to the UV resin. I just want it to set up. So that's it. That's on there. So that's taking up space in the middle. Then what I do, I place these around. Now these have a little spot on them that I try and hide. It's a little white spot on these acrylic things. And I find that little white spot and I put it in towards the center. So I'm going to space these out, and I think I use just 5 on this bottom row. Bottom layer. Place them kind of how I want them. We're going to figure it out. Something like that. So that I kind of have, is that called an octagon? Octa has 8. Anyway, this little 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know what I'm trying to say. I do it like that, and then I just take each one, put the resin UV resin on the bottom. Sit it down just like that. Do each one. Just like I had them placed. Take my UV light, put it over the top, and just give it enough time to just set up. I got resin on my lamp. I gotta get that off, y'all. Sticky while we're waiting. A little alcohol. I don't know how that dripped on there. And did I get it off? Yeah, that should be long enough. That held them in place. Of course, we keep going back with the UV light, so they'll set up even more. So that held them all in place. So now you have these blank spots here. And what I do is I use these acrylic gems that I showed you previously, the larger ones. Set them up to go this way. So the point is towards the middle. And these have a little rough spot on them too. I make sure that's not showing. I put that on the bottom. So anyway, I set them up how I want them. And I believe I did them like this, where the point is going towards the inside. They're not going to sit there if I put the UV resin on, but I'm just trying to show you what I'm doing, step by step. Okay? Do that. And then for these, I use the UV resin with the brush. It makes it so much easier. The Best Uni UV resin. But this brush is so handy. So handy. So I just paint a little bit on the bottom, put a little bit on the stone, gem, whatever it is, acrylic piece. And pretty much, you know, they're slippery if not set. You gotta do one at a time. You know, these take a little time. But you put your flashlight, if you have a flashlight, put that on there just to hold it in place, just to keep it from falling off. Don't have to be long. Come on, come on. If I could get it off my finger. Hold on. Come on. About made me say a name. Oh my, oh my. Okay, you know, things happen when you're filming. If I could just get that set in there so that it can hold. Let's hold it now and it's crooked, but oh well. Yeah, of course it would hold when I didn't have it in place exactly where I wanted it. But that's good enough, it's okay. So then, I'll leave my flashlight down. Keep your resin away from it. I'll leave the flashlight laying down. This helps out so much. And let me turn this other one. Let me move this other lamp out the way. I don't want my resin to harden up in my bottles. Put some resin on it. And under it, even with that flashlight on, if you move fast enough, you can get it to set up. I mean, if you move fast enough, it won't set up while you're using this brush. Gotta move fast though. You don't want your brush to harden up. I turn it around, do the same thing with the next piece, leaving that UV light, flashlight on. Put some on there right quick. Set that up. And then even while it's on, you can drip some on the sides. Get that brush out of there real quick. And it'll set up. You only need it a few seconds to set up. You know, it takes 60 seconds, 30 seconds, no, 60 seconds to 120 seconds. Sometimes it takes 3 to 4 minutes. But we're keeping, putting this UV light on this, so it actually keeps curing. So you really just need it for a few seconds. Just to hold your items on. So just keep going around to the next one, to the next one. And I'll keep doing that, and I'll come back after I set all these around. But that helps because it's sitting down, it's not in your hand. You hold it with your finger, your gem, your whatever this piece is, this acrylic crystal. And just keep going. I got one more to do, and then I'll show you what I'll do next. Okay, I've got those set up. And what I'll do is take my bigger bottle of resin now, because I just put a little thin layer just to hold these. And I'll just go around and drip some on each gem up against the ice cube so that you definitely have a good hold, a secure hold. I just put a little bit on each one. Hold that in good. So before I even put the UV light on, I have spaces in here around the strawberry that I need to fill. Once again, I'm using these. You know, you get a bag of these. I don't know how many you get in a bag, but I have a ton of these. And these are the ones from the Dollar Tree. So I just go in here and fill it in so that I'm taking that space up. Something like that. Then I'll take this UV resin and I'll just squirt it around in a circle. It's going to hold those into place. I'll just put some in there. And this one isn't the Best Unis. This one, got this some time ago on Amazon. Frenshun, I don't know. Is that how you say that? F-R-E-N. Some time ago. And it came with 2 of these 10 milliliter bottles with the top that you can open and close. And then it also came with a bigger bottle. So what I've been doing is refilling these with the bigger bottle. I've had it for quite some time and just not really starting to use it up here in this past year. So I did that part. I'm rattling. Did that part, put all that resin on there. So then I'll bring my lamp back and put it on. Now with this lamp, you know, you can set it for 60 seconds or 120 seconds. But sometimes, and I don't know what I do, this joker will just stay on. I don't know if I'm double clicking it or is it supposed to do that. So I'll leave it on and use it for as much time as I want to. And then I just set it aside away from the UV resin and just keep it on. So I'm not going to even leave this for 60 seconds. Just a few seconds to set that UV resin up. Cure it just a little bit. Move that away. then we're going to start to build the next layer. So then what I do now is take, so that was 5 cubes. So I have 4 more. We're going to see how 4 work. I might have to use 5 more. I find that little spot, it's a rough little spot on each one of these. And you can see it's white. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I always try to make sure that's on the bottom and towards the inside. So I find that little spot. And then I'll just set these up some kind of way, however they can sit on here. And I'm probably going to need 5. Yeah, I'll use 5. Let me grab another one. Because I'm getting low on this. This is all I have. I got to order some more. But I made 2 previous to this. So I'll find another one. I'll set them up how I want them. But what I do now is whatever slice of fruit I'm going to use. I wish I had some oranges also. I don't. I take that slice of fruit and I set it on there. After I set these up to see how they're going to look, I take my piece of fruit and fit it in there some kind of way. So yeah, they're falling all over. So what I want to do is secure this piece of fruit with 2 of these ice cubes. So let me find a low spot. Hold on, y'all. Let me figure it out. And you might have to angle your ice cube. That's probably what I'm going to have to do, because you got this area that is raised. Unless, let's see. There's one more thing I can do. I might, since that's raised, try and get an even area and put one of these on each side. That might help. Oops. That might help balance it out. Y'all just work with me and follow me. I'm trial and error. I'm just trying to use less ice cubes is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to think, will this help balance? Since this is so high, will this help balance? Maybe. Let me figure that out. I'll be right back. Okay, what I did was take 2 more of these gems and I set them right here, and then I took this piece and put it right here to build that up so that I can have some balance to sit this lime. So what I'll do next is attach the piece of ice to the lime first. So UV resin on there, set the lime on there, and I'll just shine a light through here. Let that set up. Maybe. Okay. So after I do that, this gives me a base to set this ice cube and lemon on. Let's see, I want it to go this way. So now I can set the lemon down. So I'll take my UV resin, squirt some on here, put some on the bottom of this ice cube and the bottom of the lime. Set it there, use my flashlight to try and hold it. I just need a little hold so I can get some more UV resin on here. That would just hold it in place for me. So it's sitting there, and I'm going to squirt my UV resin right around these edges. No, actually, I'm going to use my brush. That makes it so much easier. And just paint around the edges where it's touching. Okay? Then I'll come up back with the light. And then, it's tall, so I don't set it on top. I just set it sideways and let that cure a little bit. Or set it this way. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it'll stand if I do it like that. Can y'all see that? Give it a little more stability. Yep. Then I'll come in with another ice cube. That's enough to hold it. Then I'll come in on the other side, and I put another one of these gems to give me some stability. And I think I might put one this way. Yeah, if I put one this way, that's the flat part. So that'll help me stand this ice cube up. And once you get this top layer of ice cubes on with your lemon or lime, then you can build all around it. You can fill in. I need to fill this up. I'm running out. So I'll just put some on here so that can give me the stability I need to hold that other ice cube. And I'll just do that with the flashlight. Just sit it there, let it cure. So in the meantime, I'm going to put resin on this side, which will stick to the lime, and then I'm going to put some on the bottom that will stick to this gem. And I'm going to use this. So on the side and on the bottom. And then push it up against my lime, and it's sitting on that gem. Now that flashlight is down there, but I'm sure it's not reaching up here by this lime. So I'll take my light, and I've made sure I've moved my bottles of resin out of the way. I'll take my light, sit it on its side while I'm squeezing onto these ice cubes so that it can sit up. Okay, it's set. It may not be fully cured, but it's set. Okay, move that out of the way. And what's next? So you just take a look at it. So that's only 2 ice cubes that I have on top. So now I want to see where I want to place these other ice cubes. And so, you know, ice cubes are not all flat laying down. So you want to angle some of them. So I can fit that one right in there angled. And do one at a time. See where I can angle them so that they're not laying flat. This one I know I can angle, so I'm going to fit that in there some kind of way. I'm going to hold on to it with my thumb. And I'm just going to take my resin and squirt it to where the ice cube is touching the lime and touching the other ice cube. Okay, I squirt it there. I'm going to squirt it down here where this ice cube is connecting to that ice cube. And I do want to get over on the other side, but I can do that after I put some UV light to it. Let me see what this will do. And you keep going back around to add a little bit of UV resin here and there to make sure that everything is held in securely. See if I can just, hold on, I'm not up against that line. There we go. Might need to use my big light. I might need a battery in this one. Let's see, does it do anything? No, let me use my big light. And I'll just hold it on here. You don't always have to sit it down because I'm holding on to this, what do you call this thing? Ice cube. So I don't want to set it down and the ice cube falls before it sets, before the resin sets. So I'm just holding on to the ice topper and the light until it sets. So it's set. And I'll just keep going around. So I'm going to find another spot where I can put an ice cube kind of like at an angle. I don't want them all flat. It's not going to look right with them all flat. So this is a big spot over here. Let me see how this ice cube looks over here. See? I can do it like that. It's not flat. So I just hold onto it with my thumb. Area right here to this ice cube, right there on the lime. Take my light and just hold it there so it can set up. I hope I've been in the camera. Oh, Jesus. I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at what I'm doing. I think I need to move my stuff back some so that I can make sure that everything's in the camera. I'll find out when I look at this again. I'm not going to redo it. That's for sure. Okay, so that's set up. It's not moving. Let me readjust a little bit to make sure you guys are seeing everything. I got to push it this way. Okay. All right. Another ice cube. So you see, you're still going to need some big ice cubes because it's not looking right. You need something over in this area. So, see how this one's going to fit up in here. Don't know. Maybe like that? I can try it like that. Then I'll start to use fillers all inside here. So I'm going to hold it with my thumb. Get that UV resin where it connects to another piece. Get the light out. While I'm pushing in with my thumb, holding it up against all the areas where it's touching. So it's in place. It's not totally cured, but it's holding on. So that's 5 ice cubes that I've used on top. 5 on the bottom, 10. That's enough for me. So what I will do now is take these acrylic gems and start to fill in different areas where there's openings. I just build it up. I use these and I use these. See what fits in each little spot. Put them in there. That's 2. Oh, I gotta put my cherry on before I get too far here. That's 3. So that's 3 right there that I can do. Take my brush. Just go up underneath them on the cube, ice cube. Go up underneath this one. Get that resin where it's touching other pieces, other cubes. There's a little resin in there. Do my 3rd one. Hit it with the light. With this being flat, like I showed you, and clear, you can go up underneath with that light to cure. But that should That's set them. So they're set. I can keep it moving. So I'll just go around and find the spots that I need to fill in and use the smaller pieces. But before I go any further, I want to find an area to put a cherry. And wherever it fits nicely is where I will put it. Fits nicely and looks okay. That might work right there. I gotta fill this up. Put a little bit on the bottom because it's hitting right there. It's hitting right here. And it's touching that line. Sit it down. Angle your stem the way you want it angled. Hit it with light. Yeah, I think I gotta change this battery on my next break. My next little pause, I'm gonna change this battery. I'm gonna use this one. Set that cherry up. Move my resin. There we go. Nope, not quite. Okay, y'all. Let me put a little bit more resin right here. So after this, I'm going to go off camera, and I'm going to continue to build up in the spots that are bare with these acrylic gems and these crushed ice looking acrylic gems. And when I finish building it up, then I'll come back and show you the other little touches that I do. Change my battery, and what else? I'll be back. So with those smaller crystals and crushed ice acrylic pieces, I built it up all the way around. I took it and spent it like that and found the little areas that needed to be built up. Placed them where they needed to be. Did the same process as I did with the UV light and the resin and built that up. I like it to look full. I don't like just, half. I don't want to say half-ass, but I don't like, not to look complete. There's the bottom of it. So that, well, the filler took up some spots. So next, what I'll do to give it a little more bling, a little more shine, is I use my tiny pieces. I use the small little crystal gems, and these are faceted gems. And then I'll use these with the silver. They have silver backs, diamond-looking type gems, and I'll just put those in little crevices, not all the way around. Just give it a little something more and fill in some of the holes with those. So I'll do a couple on camera so you get the idea and see what it looks like. And these, I just use my paintbrush. Not paintbrush, but the brush to the UV resin for these because they're so small. So I'll just go in and see where I want to place, like right there maybe, right here, maybe right there. Put a little bit of the resin, take an acrylic gem, and just sit it in place. Take one of the ones that look like diamonds that have the silver backing on it. And if it doesn't fall right, I got a little tool. This is a dental tool, y'all. I got a little tool and I'll just move it around. And that one fell all the way down in there, so I'll put a little more resin and put one on top of it so it can be seen. Of course, it didn't fall the right way, so I'll just move it like so. And where did I put some? Over in this corner? Did I put resin over there? I don't remember. I think so. Just stick that one down and take my flashlight and let that set up. So they're set. Like I said, they're not cured, but they're set. So since they're set, then I'll just keep moving around and see where I want to put a few more. I'll just find the little holes, little crevices, and stick a little resin and add them. And that's still kind of building up, and then it's giving it a little more bling. And I don't want to get too gaudy, just a few here and there. So you get the idea. What I'll do off camera, so I'm not taking up all of your time, because these videos can get rather long, is I'll go around in little spots that I think they need a little extra, a little filling in. I'll go ahead and put some more, and then I'll come back. Okay, I'm done. I've used the little gems, the little acrylic pieces, and just filled in little holes. Just took it all the way around and see where it needed to be placed, and I'm done. It's still nice and filled out, nice and tall, and it serves the purpose that they want it for. So you could take it, place it on any type of cup. If it doesn't fit inside, it sits on top to keep the elements out, like so. This type, glass, whatever, sit on there. Wide mouth, because this is 4 inches, sits on there, keeps the elements out, keeps the bugs out. And then it may not be totally set up, so I take it and I sit it in the windowsill when the sun is shining, and just let the sun bake in that UV resin and cure it completely. I made a few more off camera before I started this video. I was going to use up my ice cubes and make a couple more, but I'm done. I don't feel like it. So that sits on there, any type of glass. Did another lime. And no two are alike. They will all be different, but I want to find some grapes. I want to find some olives, other things that we can use. Sit it right on top of there like that. The only thing is, just do not knock it over. You knock this over and it hit the ground, your crushed ice is going everywhere. And you can rinse these off. You rinse them off, hot water, almost hot water, lukewarm water, and just turn them upside down to dry. Then that way, you know, nothing's puddling at the bottom. You turn it upside down, just set it, you know, and all the water, you know, will drip out. It may take a while to dry, but you definitely can rinse these off and let the water drip out. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time. Come back for more. I'm sorry, I put my hand right in front of there trying to adjust this camera. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Your thoughts on this. They're still a little bulky. They're still a little big, but I think they're beautiful. I think they turned out really nice. And let me know what you would do different. I'm just trying to not use as many large ice cubes. Put in fillers, you know, to help let these ice cubes go a long way. Give me a thumbs up, please. Subscribe if you haven't. Please come back for more. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Until next time, peace and love. We'll see you later. Take care.